It's your boy Wolfie here, man. Welcome back to the Tactics series on FIFA 20, man. Thank you for all the support on this mini series so far, and today we have got a little treat for you. We're not an in-depth look, but we're just gonna go over Sarri ball quickly in FIFA and how you can kind of, you know, transition it over to FIFA from real life. If you are enjoying the series though, and you're enjoying what I am giving you, and if you're using it as well, let me know in the comment section down below. And again, if you are enjoying the series, then make sure you hit the like button as well. Keep subscribing if you're new. We are trying to get to 10k, and it would be nice to hit 10k before the end of the year. So if you're new and you like what you see, make sure you just hit that subscribe button. It is free. Anyway, so Sarri ball, man, that came to the forefront when he was at Napoli. The season before he left with Napoli was absolutely fantastic. They challenged Juve for the title, like really push Juve to the limit. I think that's like the closest challenge Juventus have had in a very, very long time for the title, and Napoli looked like they were going to snatch it at one point. Sarri ball just played him perfectly with Napoli's team. The players that he had at Napoli just molded around that system perfectly. He got the best out of Koulibaly, he got the best out of Mertens, Insigne, Callejon, Milic, Zielinski, and of course Jorginho, who he brought with him when he moved over to Chelsea. And what I thought was a really stupid move. Personally, I feel like Chelsea is a poorly ran club. I know I shouldn't say that, but I'm not meaning any disrespect. I do feel like Chelsea is ran disgustingly, and it needs to change. And I'm hoping that with Frank Lampard now being in charge, it will change, and we will start to see, you know, managers, if Frank Lampard doesn't last long, but if not, then Frank Lampard given enough time, enough space to breathe and really manifest his vision in Chelsea. Because what happens is that if the manager just doesn't do well, or Abramovich doesn't like the manager, then they're gone. And that's what happened with Sarri. It's a shame. And you know, he finished second in the Premier. Was it not second? Sorry, I think he finished third in the Premier League. Don't quote me on that. And he won the Europa League title. So it's like, how can you look at that and be like, he should have got sacked? There was no reason for sacking him, but we move. So now he's at Juventus, and he's been lining up Juventus pretty weirdly. Kind of typical, but pretty weirdly. So he still uses the 4-3-3, but he's kind of using like a now and also isometric 4-4-2/4-3-3, which I'll get to when we go over to one of my custom tactics on the ultra attacking side of things. So the base formation is a 4-3-3, as I mentioned. So what happens is he tends to kind of have a bit of, it's still kind of isometric in how the shape would transition. So what would happen is Alexandro pushes up, not too far sometimes, or sometimes he does do the overlap. Ronaldo cuts inside, and Ronaldo kind of has a bit of, you know, free roam, if you will. The person that plays on the left has a bit of free roam to do, so it's kind of nice for him. Costa also cuts inside as well. Danilo doesn't push high, he kind of just goes just by the halfway line. Now this is based off of kind of Sarri when he was at Chelsea. I've not really watched enough of Juventus to really say like this is what he's using, but this is Sarri ball is Sarri ball. He's not going to change it. You know, Donny uses a 4-3-3 against any opponent. He don't switch tactics ever. So it is what it is. Now, yeah, so that's the case with that. Now, Pjanic kind of plays as like that kind of regista kind of role. So he doesn't really move from here. Pjanic kind of just stays here and just kind of distributes the ball. Then you got Matuidi and Rabiot, who tend to push up, and I haven't really done those instructions yet. I'm going to do them now on camera as we are all here. And of course, Higuain up the top. You know, Sarri kind of likes a striker like Higuain, who's, you know, got the physicality in him, you know, the good strength, good reactions, like a player that can, you know, it's just smart and like on the ball, knows what he wants to do, good composure, good attacking positioning, which is what I just mentioned. So everything I've just mentioned about being smart and being confident on the ball with good strength and everything, that's the kind of striker Sarri kind of goes with, which is why Morata just didn't work in the system that Sarri was playing. So yeah, Higuain's not going to not start because Donny is absolutely in love with him, but we move. So that's basically been explained. So the tactics, sorry. So you press after possession loss. Sarri does tend to press, but not aggressively from what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong, and if you think I'm wrong, then let me know, and it probably explain in what game as well. But yeah, that's that. The width we kept at normal. Depth I have kept at normal because it was already naturally on a high line, to be fair. So that kind of still is like, that kind of still is the middle. So yeah, probably need to go to like this. Which, you know, you've got 2 bars left and you're basically playing in midfield. But yeah, they do play a high line, and if you do play De Ligt and Chiellini, you have the pace at the back. Both are quite fairly quick as centre backs, and then, you know, Alexandro is very quick as a left back, and then on the right back you would have a Cancelo, but he moved, so you've got Danilo, who is fairly quick but not that fast. So offensive style, possession, patient passing is what Sarri likes to play. Likes to play from the back. Now, if you do use this tactic, do not try and do quick tiki-taka passing to try and get to the top. If you want to do that, then just leave it unbalanced, or fast build up. But the style of this system is to be patient, and once you get into the top half of the pitch, so into like near the final third, that's when you can start pinging the ball about, and I'll explain why you do that in a second. The width I've kept at normal. The players in the box, I've reduced it down to 6 bars. It was on like this, but I've reduced it down. Corners I've left on 3. Free kicks I've left on 3 as well. So that is pretty much the base of that. Now if we go over to the instructions, this is where I was talking about you can now then start to ping the ball a little bit more when you get up the top of the pitch, because I've instructed the wingers to come short to the ball, so you end up playing very centrally. Again, if you're a player that likes to play wide as well, this probably won't work for you. And if you like fast build up, maybe switch that the tactics side of things offensively and see if it works. But it's meant to be for, you know, possession football. So yeah, come short, so pause. So that's why I said you can start to get rapid when you start to get higher up the pitch. Your wingers will cut inside as well. I've left basic defensive support on Costa, and I've left get into the box for crosses, and I've left everything pretty much else default. If we go over to Ronaldo, stay forward for defensive support, free roam, because Ronaldo's obviously is your best attacking outlet, so you need to keep him up the top of the pitch. Come short again, pause, the same thing, and I've left these 2 as the default ones that it was already on. Higuain I pretty much left default, so don't need to go over him. Now this balanced attack, now you could change this to get forward, because the 2 midfielders, well, to be fair, Rabiot does get forward, but the left midfielder does get quite high up the pitch, and they don't actually defend the central areas of the pitch. They actually defend or kind of shift out to the wider areas of the pitch, which again you'd be able to translate more on FM, but you can do it through FIFA, I guess, by using cover the wing, stick to position, and I've left everything pretty much else the same. But yeah, you can put on get forward, or you can just leave it balanced. It's up to you. But Tweedy, definitely leave him balanced, because he tends not to push up. The right midfielder tends not to push up as high, but at times it's been both of them at the same time, with, well, when he was doing it at Chelsea anyway. Balance of crossing runs, normal, everything pretty much left the same, cover wings as well. Over to Pjanic, sorry. Basic defensive support. You can use whatever you feel fit, but just I left it on basic. Pretty much left everything the same except for cover centre. This was on cover wing. I left it on cover. I've moved it to cover centre because Donny just stays in that middle area of the pitch. Then we go over to Chiellini and De Ligt. I've not changed anything with those guys. Danilo now. As you can see, I've left it on stay back while attacking. Now you could leave it on balanced attack, but I don't know how high that would allow the full, well, Danilo to push. So for me, I would leave it on stay back while attacking, so you can kind of have that isometric offensive style of play where the left hand side is more aggressive compared to the right hand side. Then I've left everything else on default, and then Alexandro I've got join the attack, and I have left it on mixed attack because, I mean, you probably should go and overlap, to be fair, because you don't want him drifting inside and getting into Ronaldo's space, because Ronaldo does have cutting free roam, so Ronaldo can just roam anywhere. So yeah, probably leave on overlap, and that is pretty much it. I've not changed Szczesny. I've not watched enough to know what the keepers do if they play as a sweeper keeper, but in modern day football, I think 85% of keepers are playing as sweeper keepers nowadays. Neuer started a trend, but that is pretty much it. Now this is the other 4-4-2 isometric thing I was talking about. This is it. Now your eyes probably look very confused, and fair point, it should be, but maybe explain. You feel me? So let's do these roles quickly. Let's do these instructions while we're talking about it. This one's going to be very long because Sarri's just a complicated dude, simply put. Now, instructions. So, Alexandro still has that join the attack vibe. We'll leave it on the overlap as well. Actually, we'll leave it on mix because what tends to happen is this. Now, Matuidi, if I could do this on FM, I would, but I can't. But Matuidi also pushes up higher, so stay forward. Can I not? That's tough. Okay, stay forward. Chance creation, stay wide. Stay wide. Leave it like that. And balance supported runs, we'll keep it the same, and we'll keep that the same. Now, the reason why I have... Hold on. Yeah, so the reason why I've done this now, you can see Matuidi is playing in the central, like almost near enough center midfield. If I move that over a bit, he would turn into a CM. This is where the 4-3-3, 4-4-2 isometric situation happens. Now, if you look at it with your eyes carefully, you'll see that there's a 3 in midfield, right? But with the stay forward and you moving Matuidi about quite a bit on the pitch, you'll actually see that he'll push up into that left mid spot, which then turns into a 4-4-2. And Rabiot is, if I could do this on FM, I would. But Rabiot will then move into like the central area of midfield as well as Pjanic, although they are kind of instructed to, again, especially against the game against Fiorentina, they covered the wings a bit more. So it's up to you how you want to remix it. But that's how this 4-4-2, 4-3-3 isometric situation kind of happens. It's a bit of a sticky one still. I would keep this on balanced actually, and I'd keep that on overlap as well. Diego Costa this side cuts in, comes short, we'll go cut inside and basic defensive support, leave it there. So that is that. Then you got the midfielders here who you could just leave unbalanced, cover wing, yep. And then the same with Pjanic as well. And then Higuain and Ronaldo, you can do whatever you want with those two guys. But that is literally how this 4-4-2, 4-3-3 isometric situation happens. So that is the two tactics that Sarri, well, the main one and the second one that you can use for Juventus. Now, of course, once more games have been played and we start to see a very structured system come from Sarri. I mean, like I said, Sarri ball, but when we see him use a certain formation, certain lineup more, then I might do like a 2.0 version, but for now this is it. The best lineup to use really is literally up to you. Like, you know what I'm saying, it really is up to you. Most people are going to use Bonucci because he's higher rated, but then there's a lot of people that love Wonderkid, so probably want to go with De Ligt. He's 85. He's one less down from Bonucci. You feel me? Chiellini, you got to keep in there. Alexandro is the best left back in the team. Danilo, you can swap between Danilo and Desciglio. Pjanic, you do have a bit of options in midfield, but Pjanic is one of the better players in the team. You got Rabiot, who I feel like is very, very good on FIFA, and then you got Matuidi, who's also good on FIFA as well. Now, you probably look at this and there's like no room for Dybala. There is. You can play him on the right-hand side where Costa's playing. I just use Costa because that's the lineup I last recently saw. But yeah, you can use the Dybala on the right hand side, Higuain at the top, or Ronaldo on the left. Now, of course, if you're doing career mode, you can sign whoever you want, remix the whole team. But this is kind of this whole Sarri ball situation. Very in depth. I'm very sorry. I love tactics. I love systems. Probably not 100% accurate, but it is kind of hard to tell as we're only like what 5. Well, for certain leagues, we're like 4 or 5 weeks in. So, you know, we need to just get a bit more games happening, and then we can get a structured formation, structured lineup, and then we'll probably do 2.0. I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're going to use it, and if you are using, or if you have used it and you come back to the video, let me know if it's worked out in your favor, and let me know if you feel like, you know, the transitions and everything are working out as they should do. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. See you for the next one. Peace.